Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we are doing the last and final part of this video. There was some few minor reveals that happened today, but nothing huge, nothing groundbreaking, and most of the companies are finished. Not all of them though. That still are probably they're doing their own thing, like Hasbro. They have the Marvel Legends team that is doing some things as well. And most of Hasbro actually probably is doing some things. Companies like that, they're all doing their own thing. So we're gonna have to wait on that, possibly do a video on that as well. I know there's Mcfarland's always got something up his sleeve as well. Let's see if he does his own con, but I'm pretty sure he may be, can never say McFarlane's done it because he's still doing his own thing. But a lot of things that's still gonna happen, so there's that. But I'm gonna reveal some of the things that actually got revealed today. So like Flame Toys announced they were doing a few things as well. They are doing Voltron, and Voltron is absolutely freaking amazing. He looks badass. Yeah, I don't really know much when it comes down to Voltron. I never really got into Voltron, but he does look badass as well. And then they announced that they're doing kind of like Power Rangers, the Dino Beast as well. And I'm all for that. More Power Rangers, the better. If everybody's getting a little piece of the pie when it comes down to Power Rangers and G.I. Joes and all that. So there was that. Surprisingly today, Storm Collectibles revealed they're doing a Lobo Bike. So it's pending approval. So I guess they're trying to get the license for it, but it looks badass, and trust me. Now, if they were to add two things I would prefer, if they add dog, hopefully we'll get Lobo Dog, which would be badass as well. And then give us Space Dolphins. I'll be down for some freaking Space Dolphins as well. So there is that. And this bird chirping outside my window is super loud, so I apologize for that. And they're announced they're doing the MK movie as well. So yeah, so they're doing MK movie figures. If they do, this is the three I want personally. Of course, Sub-Zero, of course, Scorpion. They were the most badass parts of the movies. But even though Scorpion wasn't in the movie as much, he was still badass, the actor. But give us Kano for sure. Maybe that Goro. A lot of people missed out on Goro. He's going real pricey on the secondary market. And you've seen they just gave us a new Reptile. So possibly Goro. Possibly a new Goro figure. Kind of restock him, or I would say Shang Tsung, but I preferred like the original Shang Tsung more than or the original actor, I should say. So there's that. But anyways, guys, NK movie, Star Collectibles, I'm all for it. Sign me up. So there is that. So now let's go over my personal top 10 reveals that happened this year. And it's my personal top 10 list. Your top 10 list might be a little bit different from mine's. Actually, yours might be way different, because there's gonna be possibly one company that I'm pretty sure a lot of people has the Neca Tmnt in #1, and I'm not the biggest TMNT fan. I love Ninja Turtles, but some of those characters I barely even know, because I wasn't really huge into the cartoon like that, so I can't be like super hyped for it. I'm still could possibly pick them up, but I'm not the hugest Ninja Turtle fan, so there's that. But let's just go over my honorable mentions, ones that just barely made the list, but my top 10 personally for me was a little bit better. So there's that. So one of my honorable mentions is, of course, Mattel's the WWE Undertaker. Those 3 head sculpts, and then that classic Undertaker is the Undertaker I grew up on in the Attitude Era, in the Ministry of Darkness. So that, to me, that's a must. Instant pickup right away. Not even, no questions asked. you know, and then he's gonna be ultimate, so it's gonna be so freaking amazing. The second one, my honorable mentions, I don't have a lot. I try not to put a lot because we'll be here all day. But the second one is the Mondos. So I was questioning whether to put the Mondos, and when I say Mondos, I mean all of them. I was, because they all look freaking awesome. Now the real thing is though, I don't hear the best thing about them, and I mean, I watched some reviews on them. Some people love them, some people hate them, and I'm kind of more on the fence when it comes down to them. So I would have to see more from them and more figures, and they're pricey. I mean, they're like Hot Toys level pricey. So not really sure, but I'm gonna have to see more on them as well. But they made the honorable mention list because they all look pretty badass as well. One that surprisingly didn't make the list is Mescal Spidey 2099. I feel like, even though I'm definitely gonna pick him up, I feel like he was just barely made the list as well. It would have been cool if they would have put a Cyborg Superman, and this Spidey 2099 is gonna have to depends on the accessories that come with him. But he is a Spider-Man figure, so you can't be too mad about it, and I'm personally hyped for him, so there's that. One that surprisingly didn't make the list for me personally, but I had to put him on honorable mentions because he is my favorite DC character, and that is Mcfarland's DC Multiverse Lobo. He just barely made the list, but the reason why he didn't is because it's not the Lobo I picture when I think of Lobo. When I think of Lobo, I think of more like the Storm Collectibles Lobo, more than I do this one. And I feel like he has this is kind of like the punk rock version of him from like the mobile game, I should say. And I'm not the hugest fan of that particular Lobo. So, I mean, even though I'm still going to pick him up, I'm still going to mess around with him. And most of these figures I'm going to pick up and still mess around with them. But there's that. And of course, the last one is the Neca Tmnt figures, because I put all of them because there's just so many of them that got revealed. So I'm just gonna put all of them in honorable mentions because they all could have made the top 10 list, and we would have been here for days naming them and you know, one by one. So I had to put them all in one, and kind of like what I did in my top 10 list, because there are just so many figures that got revealed this year. And then compared to last year with this year, I would say last year was a little bit better. This year, you know, there's not a lot of companies that went anyways. And I feel like last year they had more things to reveal than they did this year. And, you know, there is the virtual stuff that's still happening. I prefer the panels. I prefer the guys on stage talking to people as well. You tuning in, hearing them talk, and it's just way better in person. So starting with number 10 has to be Storm's Tekken King. Had to be on the list. I love the lion face of him as well. Is it lion or leopard? Not really sure. But what sold me was the cape. I mean, that pose that they have him with his hand up with the cape. It just sold it to me, man. Like I said, I'm not the hugest Tekken fan in the world, but he looks badass, and I'm gonna have to pick that one up, man. I'm a fan of figures that look badass, and if he stands out in the display, even though I don't have any of the Tekken figures, he could definitely make me dive into Tekken. And that's what you want. An action figure is something that's gonna make you dive into it or just love it in general. So for me, I don't really have much to it, but I'm gonna have to dive in on that as well. So there is number 10. Now number 9 has to be, so I kind of mix my 1/6 scale figures with my 6-inch, 7-inch figures as well. So there's that. But number 9 has to be 3-0 Ash Evil Dead. That Ash Evil Dead sold me right away as soon as I saw him. There's that luxury edition with the I forget the name of those zombies, but they call it they don't call them zombies in Ash Evil Dead. They call them some freaking name. I don't know why I'm forgetting them. But the one where he's coming out of the cabin floor, so badass. Absolutely love Ash Evil Dead. I love the movies. I love the series as well. The series, I absolutely adore it. So, and then there's a game coming out later on with it. And this is the young Bruce Campbell looking version of Ash. So I'm going to have to pick that one up, which I already put my pre-order in because there's no way I'm missing out on that. So he looks pretty badass as well. Then number 8 has to be Mattel Rob Van Dam. I had to put Rob Van Dam on this list. I mean, he hasn't had a figure in a real long time. That we don't even acknowledge him anymore. And to me, he was one of my favorites growing up as a kid. Always loved Rob Van Dam. He was the super flyer. He was, the guy who could do basically anything. He was like a modern superhero, you know, a real life superhero in that ring, man. He could just do anything. He flip. He was acrobatic as hell. He's really flexible. I remember he's like one of the guys, him and Jeff Hardy would do this where they wouldn't even step on the turnbuckle. They would just jump on the turnbuckle and then do their either frog splash or whatever top move they would do. Rob Van Dam was frog splash, but he was badass. Absolutely love RVD, and I love when he did the frog splash. He would act like he hurt himself doing it. It was always so badass. I absolutely love Rob Van Dam, and loved it when WWE gave him that push to him winning the title. He deserves the ultimate, even though this is kind of like a regular elite, but absolutely love RVD. So that, to me, that's a must as well. So now with number 7 has to be Mcfarland's DC Multiverse Reverse Flash. To me, absolutely nails it. I absolutely love Reverse Flash. Always loved him. I loved him in the Flash TV series. I don't know why that was so hard to say. But I know this is kind of like the comic version of the Reverse Flash, basically. Or McFarlane's own version of him, I should say. But he still looks badass as well. And for him, you know, you can't have the Flash without a Reverse Flash as well. Hopefully down the line we'll get a Zoom or a Godspeed as well. But come on, it's the Reverse Flash. I mean, you know, it'd be so badass as well. So there is that. So now number 6 has to be the one that surprised us all. McFarlane's, another McFarlane figure, Mirrorverse, the Buzz Lightyear. So to me, that absolutely freaking nailed it. I absolutely love that figure. I can't wait to get it in my hands and mess around with him. He was the one that stood out to me instantly right away. Kind of wish they did a Woody to go with him. And I'm not sure if he is 5 inches, because it doesn't say. I know the rest of the line, the Mirrorverse line, is 5 inches, which I'm kind of disappointed on when it comes down to that. But I'm not really sure. But this Buzz to me was an absolute must. It sold me when it had the open wings as well. And hopefully it'll come with, you know, really, really flexible, so I could do his classic pose or whatever, like he's shooting something, like when he first came in the Toy Story 1, when he first activated and was trying to shoot his cannons. To me, that was always badass at Woody. So absolutely love Buzz. He was always one of my favorites. Absolutely adore Toy Story as well. One of my favorite Disney movies. So there's that. So yeah, now go down to my number 5. So now it's the top 5, and to me personally, the one that stole the show for me in the whole NECA's reveals, and it has to be the Gargoyles, the Mona, and basically all the Gargoyles. You know, I know they kind of reused Daylog. I know a lot of people aren't happy about that, but I absolutely adored the Mona. That screaming face for me does it all. Just absolutely nailed it. I can't wait to get that in my hands. I have the regular figure on pre-order. So I cannot wait to get that. So as soon as these figures go live for pre-orders, instant buy right away. And that's me personally. So I can't wait for this line. I should watch the old show to get a refresher, because I haven't watched it since I was a kid, so I kind of barely don't remember the characters as much. So I should get a refresher on it. But to me, Neca does what Neca does, and they absolutely nail most of the figures they come out with, or basically almost all of them, because they're just so freaking amazing. Neca is one of the best companies in the toy business, and a lot of people would agree with me on that one. So there is that as well. Then there is number 4. So number 4 has to be, me personally, just because I grew up on Silent Hill, has to be Mesco's Pyramid Head. Now, I know a lot of people wouldn't even put that in their top 5, but I grew up on Silent Hill. I grew up on Kojima. He's one of my favorite game directors, so he ended up directing Silent Hill. And Pyramid Head is so freaking unique. And actually, absolutely was a shocker when Mesco revealed him, because I was not expecting that. And just one step closer to getting that Resident Evil figures we all been dying for. So pretty freaking badass. Pyramid Head, without Resident Evil, put Resident Evil aside, Pyramid Head could stand on his own. So there's that. But the huge gigantic sword that he comes with, and then it's huge. Hopefully, I mean, Mesco does a good job at this anyways, and the stand will help him stand up. But hopefully, you know, he's not a tip over type of guy. Because I want the Pyramid Head to be gigantic, because that's how it was in the video game. So hopefully they absolutely nailed that as well. But that's the number 4. So now let's get on to the last 3. Okay, guys, so now here is the last 3. So this one, I kind of cheated. I kind of put 2 figures in this one. That's because I don't want, you know, even though they deserved it, I feel like they could have went back to back. But then I was like, no, it's kind of like a little bit biased when it comes down to it. So I ended up putting them both in one number. But has to be Storm's Cantaro. We've been dying for this Cantaro figure for a long time already. They teased it a while back. Everybody was like, yo, Cantaro wasn't the hugest sub-boss in the game, but he was a big boss in the game. And his whole design is freaking unique. Always liked it, Cantaro as well. So to me, this was a freaking must. Definitely a must to pick up. And basically, you know, when it comes down to it, with Star Collectibles, hopefully they don't get rid of doing the video game line. And I know they're doing the movie line right now, but hopefully they don't get away from that. Hopefully we still get the actual game characters, because still waiting for that Quan Chi, that Shang Tsung reveal, you know. I don't know why these companies do not want to do villains as much, but give us those guys, man. They need figures. It's been not too many companies did those figures, and if they did, they're not the best anyways. So I'm dying for these figures. Please make those Star Collectibles, because Storm is really taking my money, man. I mean, I feel like I said, I put Storm in a high pedestal, and rightfully so, man. I mean, they absolutely nailed it. And then the second figure in that reveal is Reptile, just because, well, a few reasons. I absolutely love Reptile. I love his whole design. He's so freaking unique as well. But it's basically a restock, the ones that we missed out on. So I'm freaking happy for it as well. I had to go online, basically pay $200, $300 to get that Reptile. So pretty happy, and I can't wait for the pre-orders to go out, because they're just gonna get my money once again. So Star Collectibles, number 3. Now number 2 on my top 10 San Diego Comic-Con reveal list is one that absolutely, this is kind of cheating because it didn't get revealed, but absolutely deserved to be on this list, but it didn't get revealed for some reason, Could be because the movie's not out or something, not really sure. But Hot Toys Japan showed some photos of it, and it is King Shark. As soon as I seen that King Shark, I went absolutely crazy. I absolutely love King Shark. I've been dying. If you guys watch any of my DC Multiverse wish list videos, I've been dying for a King Shark. And we are getting 2 King Sharks. We're getting one from the movies, or both of them from the movies, but from 2 different companies. So 1/6 scale King Shark, you can't go wrong with that. Just give me that bad boy. I'm freaking down for it. Super happy they're making him. He's kind of look like he's a little bit slim on accessories, but that look like that could change in the future. But man, super happy for King Shark as well. I wish that comes with a face as well, that comes with like bloody mouth and stuff. That would be freaking amazing. I absolutely love King Shark. And then this King Shark looks like he has like all the scars and is ripped up on the body and all that. It looks like a freaking shark. That's all that matters to me. So Hot Toys get the number 2 spot, even though it wasn't officially revealed. And then my favorite reveals of this year is, of course, had to put them all in one category because they easily could have just made the over the top 10 list. But I had to pick one, and it was kind of hard, but I ended up picking the Maffex Cyborg Superman. To me, absolutely freaking nailed it. I love this whole design. He just looks badass. I feel like Maffex is gonna absolutely nail it, even though it's probably like 2 or 3 years from now, you know, because they're so freaking behind in all their figures of releases. But it was an absolute must. And what I mean is I had to put them all in a category is because they had a lot of the Batman Hush figures as well. And those just look freaking amazing. And then the animated Batman, animated Joker looks fucking amazing right next to each other. Then there was the X-Men. Then there was that beautiful looking Cyclops. Even the figures that they already have out, it was like that still not in people's hand, but it should be hitting people soon. Is the Psylocke looks freaking amazing. Then there's the Wolverine, the Cyclops. Like there's that picture of all of them together. Just look freaking amazing. AOA Magneto looks freaking amazing. You know, I mean, I could just keep going when it comes down to Maffex. The problem is it's Maffex and they take forever to put out their figures. But man, they look freaking amazing, man. So of course, Maffex Soups has to be number 1. I know that could be a little, by top 3 could be a surprise for a lot of people. But that's my personal list. Let me know in the comment section what you guys were excited for in San Diego Comic-Con. Let me know what you guys think of the whole event in general. Was it hyped? Was it like, eh? But me personally, I thought it was okay. I mean, it could have been better, could have been worse. But I feel like I got what I need, and our pockets is our wallet's gonna be hurting by the time everything gets revealed and these figures coming out as well. Also, real quick, Mesco revealed that Gaslight Joker that were revealed back in the older one of the older videos is coming out the 26th from this month. So don't forget to put your pre-orders in. Probably most likely a pre-order. So there's that. But I can't freaking wait for that figure as well. Let me double check just to make sure. Just a pre-order. It didn't really say. It just says 7/26, so most likely a pre-order. Hopefully it's available right away, even though they haven't put out the Gaslight Batman yet. But that pre-order is up still, so wherever you find your Mescos, go ahead and pick that one up, because trust me, it's going to be freaking amazing. I'm not the hugest fan of Gaslight, I'm going to be honest with you, but they look freaking amazing. They're so unique, and I like uniqueness, and I love different versions of Batman's and Joker. So if it's unique, I'm definitely going to pick those up as well. So there's that. But guys, like I said, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of San Diego Comic-Con. Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? So real quick, I should mention before we end this video is that stay tuned, because my birthday is next week and I got a special video planned for that. So I hope you guys stay tuned as well. I should say this week, since today is Sunday. Yeah, so stay tuned for that as well. If you want to see more pictures of me posting anything that I pick up, or me just posting my top 10 list, so you guys can get a visual of what these figures look like, go down in the comment section down below, find my Instagram, and follow me on there, where I talk a lot of crap on there. But if you guys missed out on any of these reveals, go back, check back my last few videos. There's probably like 5 series of them. Go check those videos out, because, you know, I did a lot of talking on there, did a lot of reveals. So there's that. I did a video talking about Toys Wonderland, and they should be back today. So I wonder what's going to happen with that. Is Sideshow going to try to take them down? It's going to be real interesting. So there's that as well. But guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did enjoy this, please consider the like and the subscribe button. Helps the channel out tremendously. Keeps me motivated, keep doing videos just like this one. Also covering San Diego Comic-Con. It has been a long week. I'm very exhausted. But we will be covering those events that should be happening later on this week as well. And that's all I got for you guys. So you guys have a wonderful, amazing day, and see you guys. Bye.